go to Versailles. Welcome back, Honest Travelers. I'm Bryce.
And I'm Ariana.
And today we are going to Versailles and we're going to take a bike tour around the palace grounds. So let's get started. In order for us to get to Versailles, we first had to meet up with the group that we were going with at a train station so we could travel to the city. So we got on our metro to meet up with the group. Once we met up with our group, we went to the train station and got on the Transilien line to go to the city. I much preferred the Transilien train.
Yeah, and a crazy thing was if you put your feet up on another seat, you had to pay for a whole nother ticket. So once we got to Versailles, our tour guide brought us to a market, and it was inside and outside. This was the inside portion of it. It was all super cool. They had like a macaroon stand, place with olives, meat, and chicken. I think they had a few other things.
They had some cheese.
And we got to sample a few of those things. It was super duper good. So what we were doing in this market was grabbing food for our picnic later in the day. So we were able to grab some strawberries and raspberries. We got some, I think it was olives. Did we get some olives?
Yeah, we got some olives. We also got some like cashews.
Yes, and then we made it to one of the bakeries or patisseries.
A patisserie.
Around the corner, and there was just so much to choose from. I don't even know if we got a shot of it.
No, we did not.
But we did get this pastry from here. It was a cream with strawberry, but it had like these little red berries on top. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I don't know what those berries were. But the tartness of the fresh fruit really balanced out the sweetness of the custard filling. The second pastry that we got is called a cannelli. It had an absolutely wonderful caramelized exterior. Still had a nice, warm, gooey interior. And I absolutely love rum, so it was no surprise that I liked that. So after we left the market, we made our way to go get our bikes from the tour guide. So one thing I thought that was fun about the bikes that we got is that we could choose from a whole variety of bikes, and each bike was named something different. And so I got the bike named Moulin Rouge, and Ariana got the bike named Voltaire.
We biked for 3 hours, and we still didn't cover the entire grounds. I don't even think there is a way to cover the entire grounds of Versailles. It is so large.
Once we entered the grounds, we were taken to our first location, which is called the Grand Canal. And here our tour guide took the time to take pictures of all of us and proceeded to tell us about the history of the whole palace and its grounds. And I must say how absolutely wonderful our tour guide was. He was amazing and was very well versed and knowledgeable about the history of the grounds, and actually made connections with us, not just as a collective group, but on an individual basis.
Yeah, our tour guide was definitely phenomenal. He even recommended some places for us to go once we got back to the heart of Paris.
Right now we jump on the bike and we go to the picnic.
After we were done at the Grand Canal, we were then taken to the other end, and that is where we had our picnic.
These strawberries were very ripe and sweet, and it was interesting to me that the inside of the strawberry was all red, unlike our strawberries here in the US, which normally have that white center and aren't so sweet. They're more on the tart side here, but it was almost like having candy. And then Bryce got to try the chicken.
And the chicken was super juicy and it had incredible flavor, and they actually, as you'll see in the bag, they poured some au jus sauce that they made on top of it. And the vendor that we got it from told us that King Louis XIV would only eat chicken with his hands, and so they recommended that for the picnic we don't use utensils because they wanted us to eat everything with our hands, and so instead they gave us gloves that we could wear. After our lovely picnic, we went to our second location, which was called the Grand Trianon, but it's also referred to as the Pink Palace. Once we got there, we were a little thirsty and wanted some water, and it was so cool because all of the water spigots, as in all of Europe and France, you can drink at any of the spigots. And what I found really cool were that these spigots were spectacularly decorated.
So this building is also known as Napoleon's office, and the pink exterior is actually all marble.
I thought that this palace was really cool, and it had a lot of cool paintings and original furniture pieces in it. But comparing them to the other places that we saw in the other palaces, I kind of felt like this would be ranked more on the lower end of the totem pole. But it still had a beautiful garden.
Hey, look. Play chess. Just saying, I would smoke the king at some pool.
So outside of Napoleon's office, they had a little fresh orange juice stand, and they used this manual hand press to squeeze us some fresh orange juice. It was really good.
After we left the Pink Palace, we went to the cottage of Marie Antoinette, and even though that this cottage was decorated more than the other house, I still found it lacking compared to the decor of the other locations. One thing I thought was cool seeing was all the hidden passageways that were used to smuggle in and out all of Marie Antoinette's mistresses.
So one thing that I found really interesting was that Marie Antoinette was 14 when she got with Louis XVI. And, you know, being a 14-year-old girl, she still liked to have fun. So she legitimately created basically her own Hamlet. And these buildings were just shells. There was nothing in the buildings. It was just the outside and I think empty space inside. But there was many of these buildings surrounding a pond. Supposedly she threw lots of parties in her Hamlet.
Duck and the ducklings.
So after we got done seeing Marie Antoinette's palace, we were coming to the end of our bike portion of the tour and had to bring our bikes back to the little shop that we had rented them from. And then we got to head towards the main palace.
Now, due to the fact that we have so much footage of this day and that we are wanting to keep our video duration on the shorter end, we are going to split this into part 2 and we will have a full video on the main palace. With that being said, please like and subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps get our channel out there more, and we will see y'all in part 2. Bye.
Bye.